Media.
Music TV.
Oh yeah, what's up, y'all? Y'all know what it is. It's Keep It P podcast where we take news, situations, everyday occurrences, and indeed we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think. That's the reason why I bust down the articles the way that I do. Anyway, so before I even go on, man, if y'all haven't noticed, everybody gets a hate crime except for black people, and this should serve as another example. This one right here kind of pisses me off because there are plenty of examples of this happening to black people, thousands, if not millions of times daily. Never called a hate crime. They always investigate. They always got to see more. They don't know the intentions. But this one, right off the bat, just from a little word said, is a hate crime. Here it goes. It says, like, LaSalle couple, which, by the way, is Indian, not feather, but red dot. So I want to say Habib in them, but it's really what's his name? What they what they call him? Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. And it's a funny name too. The Indians, what they call him? Geez, Louise, I can't think of it right now. That's where Kamala and them from. Anyway, LaSalle couple wants racist comments investigated as a hate crime. So you know what's funny about that too? They want these racist comments investigated as a hate crime, but I bet you these are the same people who is okay with every piece of anti-black racism that they come across, and also the same ones that'll tell black people, get over it, slavery happened years ago, blah blah blah. But it goes on to say the woman says that her daughter asked after the confrontation in a family driveway, "Mommy, are we the wrong color?" Nashida Hussein was reversed out of her driveway in LaSalle last week when she stopped to let a pedestrian pass. He said, but she did instead that. But she says that instead of acknowledging the gesture, the pedestrian became irate and spent the next couple minutes berating and insulting Hussein and her husband. Hold on, it's trying to make me jump around. Hussein and her husband, who is bilingual Montrealers of Indian descent. So he came over to the driver's side and said, "You people have to learn to keep your car in the driveway or on the street. It's not supposed to be on the sidewalk." When Hussein's husband, Parat Patel, last name Patel, defended his wife, saying in English that she was going to continue to reverse once you had passed. And the man said, "You people think you learn how to speak French. We live in Quebec," Hussein said in the interview. Patel, 44, graduated from a French high school and is a bilingual. When Patel continued to speak English, the man told him to go to his home in India or Pakistan. Hussein said that would be difficult because he's from Chandernay and her husband grew up in Saint Laurent. "I was born in Vic and he was born in St. Mary's," she said. Hussein, she said, was stunned by the verbal assault, saying she and her husband have never been verbally abused. Man, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be fighting for how they feel they've been treated. But what I'm saying is the news and the media acting like these is just some big things when this shit been happening to black people forever. Y'all can get the fuck out of here with that. And I said it just like that. That's some bullshit. I'm sick of these damn news stories acting like all this little petty shit is all of a sudden all extra racist. "I ain't never been berated like that before." To busters. Anyway, it says when the neighbor from France tried to calm the man down, he told her to go back to her home too, Hussein recalled. The woman told the man to get lost. We are not home here. So notice that it's always some. They don't want to say a white woman because we know it's a white Karen. Bitches always sticking their nose in somebody's business. It says Hussein recorded part of the incident phone from the driver's seat of the car. Hussein left the scene to drive the 8-year-old daughter to the tourism class, and the young girl asked, "Mommy, are we the wrong color?" Man, has your daughter ever asked that shit when she's seen George Floyd on the fucking TV getting his knee on the man? Shut up! I don't want to hear that. All of a sudden, y'all having revelations about racism because it's happening to you, and I'm pretty sure this ain't the first time you done got berated by a white person. It's just the only time that the media is willing to pick it up to shut black people out as if they're not the only ones that experience racism. And this is not racism because it's not systematic. They're not systematically targeted. So I don't want to hear it. Anyway, Hussein left the scene, drive the girl. Next morning, the girl asked if she could sleep at the neighbor's house because she is white and the white families don't get bothered. Oh my fucking God. Can she sleep at the white family's house because the white family don't get bothered? So basically you want to assimilate as best as you can, hoping some whiteness rub off on you? Shut up. Although the man's actions did not meet the threshold of a hate crime, Hussein wonders why police failed to investigate the verbal assault as a hate crime. Well, because it don't fit what a hate crime is. They just said. Now we wonder what the threshold of hate crime is, and it has that little underline thing. So let me click on that and let's see what the threshold of a hate crime is. Because it takes me to an article that says hate crimes in Montreal surged 53% in 2020 report. Hate crimes against who, though? Because they got a picture of black people on the front. Hate crimes based on race, blah, 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 blah. The report made public the number of hate crimes, blah, 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 blah. It says, meanwhile, the blah, 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 blah. The report says, blah, 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 blah. And blah, 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 blah. But it's important information statistics section of an annual report is analyzed and compared with caution. The report introduces notes. The rule imposed by public health mainly led by the creation of a new category of offenses subject to penalties, minimize distance between individuals, wearing a mask indoors, banning gatherings, closures, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking for what constitutes as a hate crime, since y'all freaking okay, let me Google it real quick here for you. I'm gonna just do this because I need to know exactly what is a hate crime, because I'm pretty sure it's something that happens to black people all the time, and it's a whole bunch of white people that need to be arrested right now. A hate crime, also known as bias-motivated crime or bias crime, is a prejudice-motivated crime which occurs when a perpetrator targets a victim because of their membership or perceived membership of a certain social group or racial demographic. Now that is very open to interpretation. And I bet you that changed because they just added certain social group. I bet you they just added that. What's the difference between a hate crime and a violent crime? What's the best follows describes a hate crime? Yeah. Well, I see. So now what I see is that hate crime is different in different states. It says hate crime definition in New York, hate crime definition in California, federal hate crime sentencing guidelines, hate crime charge. Let's see what hate crime charges. Although state laws vary, current statutes permit federal prosecution of hate crimes committed on the bias of a person's characteristic of race, religion, ethnicity, nationality, gender, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Oh, shit. See, notice how race is first, because it's black. Race means black people. All right. And then they try to tie everything else along with black people. That's like they try to do all the time with black and brown and shit like that. Hold on, let me see. Which of the following best describes a hate crime? Let me see. Whatever. You know what? That's the end of the article too, by the way, y'all. But I just want y'all to see how the hypocrisy of everybody. I want you to investigate that as a hate crime. But these are the same people who, first of all, don't get targeted by the government and all of that. Now they just acting a little ass because somebody. You know what? This Asian hate crime shit that made all sensitive and shit. Now everybody think that they being discriminated on and against, and that's not true. Because if that was the case, then y'all wouldn't be thriving economically. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't got no more to say. I'm pissed off and I'm mad. It's Jay Lava, Keep It P podcast. 4 words that I leave you with, which is love, peace, blessings, and maloha. For sure, be one.
We need to go out here and say exactly what we want. And we got to say it with our chest. And we kind of start pussyfooting around, and we got to stop being scared to say exactly what we want, what we need. We need that paper. Say it with your chest. Damn all that. We need justice. We need y'all to love us. No. We don't need that paper. We need reparations in the form of a check. Let's stop being afraid to say that. Yeah?